Hi, it's Alex with Songwriters Vantage. We're here at the 2011 Taxi Road Rally with none other than Kevin Houlihan, one of the famous flying Houlihans. No, they're not an aerial act, but the entire family somehow seems to be in the same business. So can you explain that?
Involved in the biz. My brother John is sort of like the first guy to get involved in it. He's an independent music supervisor. He was the manager of a band that I was playing in back in the day, and we used to tour around the country and play gigs.
The name?
Clubs. This band back in the time was called the Fundamentals. We were picked up out of New Jersey and signed to MCA Records, and had a lot of fun with it. But when the time came for us to go our separate ways, my brother John was a pioneer and came out to LA. He loved it when we toured through here, and just I could see the gleam in his eye that he'd be back. And he started working as an assistant to a music supervisor, and he just 60 feature films later, he's still at it and vice president of the Music Supervisors Guild. His wife Julie is also a music supervisor and is now a member of the Music Editors Guild. And so she's sort of wearing two hats on that. My brother Patrick worked under John for many years and is now a music executive at Fox Films. And I am currently working at Taxi and sort of screening music and filtering songs not only to my immediate family, but to also a number of other music supervisors that are out there. So that keeps me pretty busy, and it's what I love to do. I'm a songwriter. I'm a musician. I'd love to find good music. There's definitely a magic, chemistry that happens when you find a tune that's going to work and you get it out and somebody places it into something. So.
Now, last time we saw John was at a NARIP meeting, and he had a stack bigger than him of CDs that people handed him. Now, it's rumored that you listened to every one of those. Is that true?
That is true. I worked for many, many years as a music coordinator with John, and I can't even explain. It would make your head explode to try to explain to you the amount of CDs that we would receive on a daily basis. Not only that, but because his wife is also an independent music supervisor, and they both had home offices at the time, we had over 10,000 CDs easily in the garage, just stacked floor to ceiling, and pretty much went through every single one of them.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's hours of work to just open up the packaging.
Yes. People should remember not to keep
complicated.
them wrapped. Yeah. Make it easy on them. Yeah, we know Julie because she did the music supervision on a film about my band.
Right.
Back it was
Great
Sweetwater,
film. Great
a true
story.
rock story, back in '99,
Yeah.
and we met her there, and she brought us in a studio to do some supplemental music and stuff. And she was very nice, very, very patient. I mean, most music supers are not that way. They're usually in a hurry, but she was great.
Yeah.
It was fun to work with. So
I mean, everybody's got their own personality and sort of does the job in their own unique way.
Yeah.
But Julie is just very easy to work with, and she also is a trained vocalist and a musician, and so she, loves music. That's, I think, first and foremost, what really inspires us to get involved in this business is that we just are fans. We love music.
I hadn't realized you had a band in the day too, so that's killer. So what would you advise songwriters out there, because those are our listeners, our audience, if they wanted to get one of their pieces in film or TV, what's the first step besides having a great killer song that's perfect for a particular thing?
That's the first step, yeah. Having great music. Music that's broadcast quality can be sort of held up to the standards of what you would hear on the radio today or see in other films and TV shows. I would, research the type of programs that you think your music will work for. Find out what other similar artists that they're using, and then try to pitch your stuff to that. Because if you're indie rock, go for the shows that are doing more indie rock. If you're more country western, like try to figure out what movies are being made, that are in the country spirit. You can find out a lot of information on IMDb. You can read the scenarios of the certain projects. So you really have to do a lot of research. It's more than just being a creative person coming up with a great tune. You got to go and do detective work and find out who's involved on it, who is the music supervisor, who's the music editor, and what have they worked on in the past? What kind of music do they, there's a personal preference and style to a lot of different supervisors, and find out who's doing your genre.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, if they wanted to submit something to you for a particular thing, how would they do that, or do you do that? Would it be, is there a third party involved?
Right now, I get all of my submissions actually through Taxi, and I screen through hundreds of songs a week up there. We run the listings now actually on a daily basis, but there's always every couple of days or every week a new post as to what we're looking for. I get my listings directly from the music supervisors. I go and I watch the scenes that we're trying to enhance with the music. I figure out what's working about the temp song and what's not, and why they can't use it, and then I'll go and listen to hundreds of songs trying to find the right perfect fit. So I'm like a filter between the musician and the supervisors. Instead of them having to listen to hundreds of songs, I give them a CD of 7, what hopefully are on target for what they're looking for, and I'm building my relationships on the trust that they're going to get good stuff from me. So I'm just looking for great songs, and I'm looking for universal lyrics. It's really important, especially in film and TV, because you are your song is going to be used to be part of an existing story that can be very complicated. And if you have tons of details in your songs about individuals' names, or perhaps the color of the dress, or what kind of car you're driving, or I was standing on a bridge in London, that's not going to work for a song that's filmed in New Orleans.
Those are wonderful details for singer-songwriters who are not trying to do film and TV placements, right?
Yeah.
But not so.
Exactly. And I'm a fan. Some of my favorite songs are the ones that, tell you the details. Sorry, I love Maggie May, that
paints a picture.
Amazing. Yeah.
But if it's not the exact picture you're doing on TV, you can't use it. So
right.
Good advice. So join Taxi, fellas. That's how to do it. And get to this guy through Taxi.
Yeah.
I guess Taxi is transitioning from regular kind of screeners they've had for years to people like yourself who are, so you're eliminating the middleman right in Taxi, as a matter of fact, as well.
We're getting much more active in film and TV and advertising. And the system up at Taxi, which has been around for about 20 years now, the system is changing because of the turnover rate that we need to get songs out faster. We literally have like 24-hour deadlines sometimes.
Right.
When I'm looking for a piece of music, it's already the 11th hour. Everybody is, in crisis mode, and I have to have music by the next day. We have listings that close out at 5 p.m. and I stay up all night long, and I'm sending out, the forwards at like 8 a.m.
Exactly.
To get them out. Otherwise, it's done. It's over. You missed the opportunity. So.
When filmmakers and people that do TV and so forth have been using temporary tracks on their project for a while, what is it difficult for you to talk them out of that track?
Well, it is. Temp love is something that happens with a director that, and they just get used to the way that song feels, the emotion that it puts in. But there are very real sort of things that get in the way. Most of the time, budget. I mean, everybody wants to use a Rolling Stones song, and what would that would make your film awesome. But it's going to cost you, $400,000 to get the license on that. We just actually ran a listing. A director had "Miss You" by the Stones playing in a jukebox in a bar, with dialogue over it. So,
pretty far in the back.
Yeah, it's not even a featured placement. So that was our job, was to try to get something in that spirit that would still sound rock and still give you street cred. And now everybody's been watching this film for 4 or 5 months, falling in love with the way the Stones play in that scene. So it is a battle to try to convince somebody that this is your best option.
I've seen that happen so many times when I've done stuff for people that are putting together a film.
Yeah.
I used to do industrial videos, and they'd get hooked on Willie Nelson or something, and it's like, that's a total wrong thing for this. But even so, they loved it.
Right.
So at the end, I had to create something like that. And thank you so much for your time. And people can reach you through Taxi directly. Is that pretty much this guy might be one of the screeners.
Yeah,
so I think about that.
Screen through a lot of stuff. So
This is Alex for Songwriters Vantage signing off. See you next time, kids.